Good morning, everybody. So I am just getting ready for the day now. I actually have my partner at home with me today, which means I actually have a few minutes extra to get ready, which is always nice. So I've not had to have a really speedy shower this morning, which has made such a difference. So I'm going to now put a little bit of makeup on, straighten my hair, and then I'm ready for the day. But honestly, it's not a long routine or anything like that. It's just a very simple, basic routine. It's more putting the lip balm on, stuff like that, trying to do a little bit of self-care. I don't get to do this every day. I only usually get to do it if my partner's at home, because obviously last night I had quite a bad night's sleep. Finley was up quite a few times in the night, and just before we went to bed last night, he had a really bad vomit session. So Finley had acid reflux and has got a milk allergy. So when he was newborn, we had a lot of time where he was throwing up all the time, and not feeling very well. And every so often, the reflux just catches him off guard. So we had to kind of deal with that last night. But anyway, we went to sleep. He woke up not long after hungry, so I had to refeed him and everything. But he's having a sleep now, so I guess he's kind of making up for last night. So I have straightened my hair. It's not super straight, but definitely like more straight than it was when I woke up this morning. I have very fluffy hair, so if I don't like straighten it, it's quite puffy at the bottom. So I always like to try and just run it through. Years ago, when I had loads of time to do my hair, I used to have it like really straight to the point where it was kind of just like super straight like this. And I would get really annoyed if I went outside and it was raining or something and it would start to curl. But now I'm just happy with a bit of a straighten. This isn't actually my normal morning routine at all. This is very rare for me to be able to sit down and do it. But you didn't actually see me put my heat protection on. I did actually put some heat protection on. I'm using the Oplex bonding oil at the moment. It definitely makes a massive difference on my hair. I'm not allergic to it for a start, which is amazing because I'm usually allergic to loads of products. And it definitely makes my hair feel a lot smoother. I've only put a small amount on, but if I'm going out somewhere, or if it's a special occasion, something like that, then I'll put more on. And you can definitely see a difference, which is really good. Just primed my face now, and now I'm just going to kind of go in with a little bit of tinted moisturiser. I don't use full moisturiser or full foundation on my face, because I find it too cakey for daytime. I'm literally just putting it on to get rid of some redness on my face, which over the years has gotten worse, like on my cheeks. I always think that you should wear makeup for yourself and not for other people, so just wear it if you want to wear it. And sometimes it just makes me feel a little bit better. It makes me feel a bit more confident, particularly on days when it's really, really red. The camera does quite a good job of covering the redness up, to be fair. But yeah, I definitely get a lot of redness on my face. But I'm really inconsistent with makeup. One day I'll wear a little bit of it, another day I won't wear any at all. So I'm not consistent. I have days where I let my skin breathe and not have any products on whatsoever. So it's just when I feel like it. But sometimes when you're a mum and you're new to being the mum, and you just want to kind of have a little bit of a normality of routine, so that's what I do. So that's all I really do, really. Primer, base, so primer, base, face, uh, setting powder, lip balm, that's it. Sometimes I'll put some mascara on. Actually, I'll just put on this one because I'm trying to use it up at the minute. So I'm just gonna quickly pop some of that on as well. But it's very like high impact is this one, so you gotta be careful not to like smudge it. So yeah, that's all I do really. If I am doing a little bit of something, but that's it. That's literally my routine. Nothing super special for me, unfortunately. So there we go. The first time in probably since New Year's Eve that I've actually put anything on my face. That's literally how much time I have to do things these days. But I'm gonna go now take over with Finley, and I'm gonna go see if anything needs doing, and I'm probably gonna see if he needs a feed and stuff. I keep looking in that corner because there's still a spider in it, so I keep making sure that he's not come near me. I will never get used to how cute these things are. We're thinking about going for a walk today, but look at it over here. It looks like it's gonna have a massive downpour, and then you go over here and there's a bit of a blue sky. Which one will it be? I'm not sure, but I think we're gonna go out anyway because it's been very bad weather here, so this is okay today. We haven't actually been out properly since Thursday, because on Thursday night we got snow and ice, which ended up making the weather really bad. But the problem with that is we live on a hill and we don't get any passing traffic through because we are at the end of like a little street. It's closed off. So when we get snow and ice, it's really bad and it stays for a couple of days, and taking the pram out would not have been a good idea. Also, in our garden, we get all the sun in the back garden. We don't get any sun in the front, so where the road is, which means that once it's snowed, we don't actually get any kind of melting for days and days. It gets really, really bad. It is one of the downsides, but it is a very lovely quiet street, which is one of the nice sides. So it is important sometimes to think about that. But saying that, we get snow like 2 weeks in a full year, so it's probably not the biggest problem to have. It's just obviously getting to work can be a problem. So we're thinking about going out on the walk, but we're waiting to see if the weather kind of gets a little bit better, because trying to take out a wet buggy, not ideal. But we are gonna nip out today at some point. Whilst I'm waiting, I'm gonna tidy my desk up because it's full of different bits and bobs that I just throw everywhere when I'm trying to sort things out. Finley's currently having a nap, so I'm gonna do that because I always try and do something during each nap, even if it's only for about 40 minutes. You know, in January, when everyone decides that they're going to be more healthy and eat better, I've been trying to drink this matcha green tea. Green tea, I just really don't like the taste of it, but obviously it's got a lot of health benefits. So I'm trying to have a cup of this a day. I've done 2 days in a row, which is pretty good for me, to be honest, because usually I give up on something usually after one day. So I'm going to try and keep having it. I've also got, I can't reach it because he's put it up at the top, but I've also got lemon and ginger tea, but I don't really like that. I'm just trying to get into herbal teas and I just don't like any of them. I used to get a raspberry and strawberry one, that was nice, but I don't think it's as health beneficial as green tea. It's meant to help with stomach aches and stuff, I think. I don't know. But I'm going to try and keep having a drink of it every day, but I'm just having a small one. But I've done 2 days in a row now, so I'm classing that as a success. But I think sometimes with stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, let's give it a go. And then I'm like, I don't end up liking it. The nicest things to see is when there's no bottles out, there's some in the steriliser and the rest are in the cupboard. So that's always a nice thing when you've not got all the bottles to do, but it doesn't last long. So basically it started heavy raining, so we're gonna go for a walk either tomorrow or the day after. I'll probably go out with Finley myself. But we're just gonna have tea tonight and we're going to watch a movie together since we're both in tonight and my partner's not working, so that's what we're gonna do. So thank you for watching the video and I'll see you soon.